Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Now, Euro Truck Simulator, American Truck Simulator, amazing, especially if you've got triple screens, but it can be a bit of a pain to set up. So in this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide how to set up triple screens correctly in Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator. Although I've not done it on American Truck Simulator, but I'm pretty sure it'll be exactly the same. So again, follow these steps as I go through them, and it will work perfectly. Now, I'm doing this in August 2023. So if you're watching this video maybe a year down the line, things might have changed. But as of now, this is how you do it. Enough talking, let's just jump right in. So as you can see now, it's totally stretched on this side. The three screens aren't being rendered. The only one that's being rendered is the center monitor. So if we move the mouse, the view, sorry, to the center screen, so it's all rendered now, but then this is then stretched. Same on this side. This right monitor that you can't see is actually really stretched. It's only this center monitor that's rendered. So let's fix that. So if you just follow these steps, you won't go wrong. So firstly, we need to find the Euro Truck Simulator folder in your documents. Now, if you've just installed it as normal through Steam, well, it will have installed the files that we need to change in this folder. So we just double click on the Euro Truck Simulator 2 folder in your documents, and the folder or the file, sorry, we're looking for is config. So we're going to right click that and we're going to open with, and we're going to select Notepad, click OK. Now don't worry, this looks all confusing, but there's only a couple of things in here that we need to change at the moment. So we need to be looking down here for use it multi-mon mode 0. Now 0 means that it's just on one screen, that'll be stretched. If we change that to 2, that will enable triple screen support, but we need to change that to 4 to give us another config file that we're going to change. Now here we've got our horizontal field of view. We can change that if we wish. I have mine around about 60, 65, but we can change that later on after we've configured the triple screen. So that's all we're going to be changing in here. Then we're going to go to File, and then we're going to go to Save, and then we can close that down. So now we'll load up Euro Truck Simulator once more, and you should be able to see the difference. And there, hopefully you can see that now. So this left monitor here isn't stretched at all. We need to adjust the seating position, which we can do quite easily. So we'll just go to Adjust Seats. We can move that down just to give us a better view. There we go. You can see there, we can see the dashboard in front of us. The left screen there is rendered correctly, and the same on the right screen that you can't see. But we need to tweak it a little bit more depending on what size screens you have. And that means jumping back into the config file. Before we do that though, I want to draw your attention to this post on Reddit by Cookie. So I've got to give credit to this person for creating this link here. Now this is a calculator where we can input all our numbers and it will give us the correct field of view based on your monitor size and angles, etc. So we're going to click on this link. I will leave a link down below in the description. And all we're going to do here is input our numbers in here. So what we need to do, we need to create a copy of this link so we can then change it. So we'll go to File, Make a Copy. So now we've made a copy, we can edit this to our heart content. Now it's just this top part on the left hand side that we're interested in right now. So monitor angle degrees. So we're not going to put anything on the center monitor because that is flat. So left monitor, I think mine's at 65 degrees. Right monitor, 65 degrees. So screen width, measure your screen from left to right and put the number in there. I think mine is around about 31.5. Screen height, measure your screen from the bottom to the top. I can't remember what the number is on mine, but I'm just going to put 20, 28 in there just for the sake of this demonstration. Bezel width, so measure the bezel width on the left and on the right. I think mine is around about 0.7. Obviously on both sides. And then perpendicular eye distance, that's how far you are from the screen. I'm 52 centimeters. And we're going to do the same with the left monitor and the right monitor. So now we've populated this with the numbers that we need. These are the numbers that we're interested in for the next step, which means going back into the Euro Truck Simulator folder in your documents. We'll find that now. So we'll go back into Euro Truck Simulator. And remember earlier on, we amended this config file here and we changed the monitor mode from 0 to 4. Now changing it to 4 gave us this extra config file here. And this is the one that we're going to change now. We're going to open that up, right click, open with Notepad. There we go. So I'll just close this down there for now. So this again looks a little bit confusing, but ignore this little part at the top. And all we're interested in is these. So if you look, there are 3 monitors. So we've got monitor config, center, left, and right. And all we're going to do is we're going to copy these numbers on this spreadsheet over onto the config file on the right. So the first number we're going to look at is heading offset. Now that's not relevant on the center monitor. So we're going to move across to horizontal FOV override. So we'll find that on the list, horizontal FOV override. You can see there it's 60. So we're just going to highlight those and then we're just going to type over them. So we want this number here. We're going to type in 33.701506. Then we're going to go to vertical FOV override. And again, I'm going to highlight that so we just delete the right numbers. We're going to type in the next number, which is 30.136976. Next number is this fruitsum subrect X, whatever that means. It's 0. And you can see there it's 0. Y, again, that's 0. The width is 1 and the height is 1. So we don't need to make any more changes to the center monitor. Now we'll move over to the left. So heading offset 65. So let's find heading offset. You can see it's there. So we're going to highlight all of those and just type in 65. Next one, horizontal FOV override. I'll highlight those again. We're going to type in 94.890866. Next number is this vertical FOV override. So again, highlight those numbers, 41.569416. Now this fruitsum subrect X has changed now for the left monitor. So we'll find that on the list. So subrect X, and I'm going to type in 0.607974. We've got the subrect Y is 0, so we don't need to change that. Then the subrect width has now changed. So we're going to highlight those. We're going to type in 0.339226. And the height is at 1. So that's now done. Now we'll move on to the right monitor. So again, we're going to type in the heading offset, which is 65, minus 65. Remember to put the minus in. And then we've got the horizontal FOV override on there. I can't see for the steering wheel. So it's 94.890866. The vertical FOV override, it's 41.569416. The subrect X is 0. We don't need to change that. The subrect Y is 0. Don't need to change that. But the width has changed. So we're going to type in 0.392026. And the height is at 1. So what we're going to do now, we're going to file. We're going to save as. And then we're just going to save. Replace it. Yes, indeed. Overwrite. You can close all this down now because the calculating part is done. So we'll jump back into Euro Truck Simulator and let's have a look at the difference. So now you can see it's perfectly aligned. The dashboard is perfectly aligned. It probably might look a little bit off to you because your eyes aren't where mine are, but it's perfectly aligned. As I'm sat here in the cab, if I look to the left, that looks completely natural, and I can just see, just here, just where my finger is, that is the passenger seat. Again, we can make some adjustments to the seats, just so we can make it a little bit more manageable looking at the controls and the dashboard and all that kind of stuff. As we drive around, everything is rendered perfectly. This is the way you should play Euro Truck Simulator, especially if you've got triple screens. It's amazing. But you might be wondering, Dave, where's your steering wheel? How have you got rid of your steering wheel? Well, I'll show you that as well. So we're going to go back into our Euro Truck Simulator folder. And this time we want to go into Steam Profiles. This is where the config file is to remove the steering wheel. And depending on how many profiles you have on Euro Truck Simulator, well, you might have to do this for every single one. So we'll just open this one up. This is one we've loaded today. If we go to Config Local, again, right click, open with Notepad. And this opens up here. And the one we want to be looking for, if we scroll down to USIT R steering wheel 0. If we change that to a 1, it probably is 1 by default. That means the steering wheel is there. But if we change that to a 0, steering wheel is gone. And again, file, save, job done, close that, load Euro Truck Simulator back up, and you've got no steering wheel. But if you weren't happy with how it looked, you can go back in to your field of view in your config file that we looked at earlier on. And you can make some adjustments to your field of view. So I have mine actually at 68. The lower the number, the closer the dashboard is going to be to you. So you can just play around with this number, 68. If we changed it to 50, everything would be closer. Changed it to 100, everything would be further away. So just tinker with that number till you find your happy place. So there we go. Hopefully you found that useful and it worked okay. Any issues, drop me a message in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please remember, leave a like. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great week. See you later. Cheers.